Hi, I'm Jeffrey Keane. My background is set out on the attached PDF abstract of my presentation on subtle energy. My 5 minutes time slot does not allow sufficient time to discuss over 30 years of my research into subtle energies and does not enable me to fully explain in a proper, quantified, scientific manner the many new counterintuitive concepts involved. So what I have done is briefly summarize all the graphs, mathematics and details of experiments as these can be found in my 2 books and on my website, where you will also find copies of my 58 published papers. I will therefore give a very brief introduction and jump straight to the conclusion. One of the first things I learned is that geometry is an intrinsic part of researching subtle energies. Most geometries produce their own unique noetic lines and patterns. Subtle energies distort noetic geometry, and as we will see, this distortion is used for measurements. The following are brief illustrations of some of the experiments that form the basis of this presentation. The top illustrates my protocol L for measuring subtle energies. The lower diagram represents a 3-body subtle energy alignment beam. These graphs include the effects of distortion at new and full moon, as well as annually. The bottom right graph extracts the annual data to plot L against the Newtonian gravitational force between the Sun and Earth. The resulting equation has a very high correlation coefficient and involves the power index of the inverse of Feigenbaum's universal constant within 0.013% error. The top right graph shows the effects of Neptune, Earth and the Moon generating an alignment beam, proving the instant communication of subtle energy. The other 2 graphs are the findings when measuring field strengths associated with each planet in our solar system and for stars in our galaxy. The mind interacts with geometry, the laws of physics, and can find universal constants. My research suggests that the solution to quantum gravity probably involves consciousness and subtle energy. Several different experiments prove that high levels of subtle energy are associated with weaker gravity and vice versa. Now this is important. It would also seem that the structure of the universe enables 2 or more bodies to know where they are in space-time, suggesting an explanation for quantum entanglement of particles. Similarly, the geometry of space-time enables 3 interacting bodies to know where they are in alignment. Consciousness is intimately connected to the structure and fabric of the universe. The findings suggest a universal consciousness. My research suggests that the mind and subtle energies extend at least to the center of our galaxy. Communication is not only faster than light, but instantaneous. These findings help to explain Einstein's spooky action at a distance. The findings also confirm what has long been known, that observation, or in our case, the mind and conscious intent, affect measurements. Do these cosmological findings reflect the expanding universe, as well as any connection between subtle energy and dark energy pushing against gravity. So more research is needed into how and why the mind interacts with the cosmos. I hope this presentation motivates people to independently confirm and develop my findings, with the eventual goal of understanding how the brain actually achieves all the unbelievable and impossible phenomena in this presentation. If anyone requires more detail, you may find it on my website. Thank you for listening to my many new and counterintuitive concepts. For the full talk, please visit my website, jeffreykeen.co.uk, which will not only provide much more information, but will allow you to have sight of my 58 papers which have been published over the years and details of my book.